Good afternoon, welcome to the Professor Odor Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share and like this video. So today I want to talk about the year in review, the year 2024. It has had many ups and downs here in Kenya, and we have in all aspects of the society, whether it's the political, social, entertainment, sports. So I want to talk about Kenyan winners and losers for 2024. Kenyan winners and losers for 2024. So remember this year, it started off very tumultuous. You had the Gen Z riots. It was about the finance bill. It was supposed to introduce very high taxations on many items, even things like even sanitary pads. It's called pads for baby pad. Is it sanitary towels, sanitary pads, things for babies, pads for it's called what? These are all the only things for even babies to use and all that. You understand? So the taxes were put in that bill, the 2024 finance bill, taken to parliament. And as usually in Kenya, the parliaments don't listen to people. Although there are these things of public participation and what have you, they didn't want to listen. So they rushed through the thing. And then the thing went to parliament and all those readings, isn't it? So now what happened is that once it was passed, the young people, they call them the young Gen Zs, the young people in Kenya, decided to go and on the streets, and it was serious riots covered by the world media. And you know how it ended, many injuries, deaths of young people, unfortunately, police brutality. That's when we realized our police can be very brutal, and so on and so on. But at the end of it, Parliament was stormed. Parliamentarians had to run for dear life. The first thing that is the first storming of Parliament in East Africa. Maybe other parts had happened, but that was the first time Parliament in the East African countries was ever done. So what happened is that the president and the government had to eat humble pie and do at least meet 50%. He made 50% of what these young Gen Zs wanted. He changed his cabinet by half. He threw away the finance bill, although now they're trying to return it in other ways, but it's not like the way it was, taxing everything. And then what? He also brought in the opposition into government, Raila. You know, Raila is the leader of the opposition. So now, and also started supporting Raila for the AU job and all that. So now, that's what I'm talking about. Kenyan winners and losers 2024. So in that sense, the president survived, and some of his ministers went home. Those were his losers, the first losers for 2024. And then after that, there was the issue of impeaching the Vice President Gachagua, because they were saying they suspected him for having been involved in these Gen Z riots, but it has not been proven. But the long and short of it, the former Vice President Gachagua, the Vice President then, who entered into power with the current president under the Kenya Kwanza government, using the Hustler movement, a movement for the young people, for the common man and a woman, called hustlers. That is the majority of Kenyans who live on $1 per day. So it was a movement, popular movement by the president and his former Vice President Gachagua to improve the lives of many average Kenyans, people who do normal jobs. They work in manuals, they are mechanics, they are plumbers, they are hawkers, they are mamambogas, they are conductors, they are drivers, you name it. But when they entered, they did not deliver anything. So Gachagua was impeached very quickly. Then they put in someone else who is a bit milder. He's called Professor Kindiki. So he doesn't even have, even if he wants to be boisterous, the way Gachagua was very boisterous and aggressive. He doesn't have that, it's called political base numbers. Here in Kenyan, politics is about tribal numbers. It's not about ideology, philosophy, you name it. Isn't it like in America? Democrats, they are very liberal on many issues, even finance, even wars. They go to wars easily. Republicans are conservative when it comes to economy. They don't go to wars easily. You understand? So now Gachagua was impeached. So Gachagua was the second big loser. The first was the cabinet secretaries. Second big loser is Gachagua, political. Now, number three, the economy in Kenya is not doing very well because of high inflation. We are not producing enough. So they have to import many things. And this is what things Kenyans don't know. We are really producing very less. We underproduce, let's say, our maize, our sugar, so we have to import. And the government has put so many taxes on these imports. So now that has to go to you, the consumer. And that's what people don't know. If we produced enough maize, more than excess, we can export. And it will be cheaper here, but it's reverse. We underproduce. And this is by design, so that these cartels, middlemen can import things. And we also manufacture zero. So how can we, if you don't manufacture? It's obvious that whatever is brought in from outside Kenya is taxed because the government is running the country on Fuliza. Fuliza is this mobile app loans where you get something small from your bank, or this online it's called Shark. So people like that, isn't it? That's why we are talking about the Kenyan winners and losers for 2024. So Kenyans have really lost because of high taxation. Things are so difficult that people cannot even eat 3 meals per day. If you eat 3 meals per day, then you are lucky. People are just surviving. The salaries are small, and they're also increasing more salary. So another big loser is the Kenyan worker who is being taxed. Another loser is the Kenyan citizen who cannot survive with because basic commodities are high inflation rate and all that. Another big loser is the, how can we say, is our police force. Because the way they dealt with the Gen Z riots really proved something wrong. Something is very wrong in the system. We have people masquerading as police officers, but they're, with the lack of another word, they're just like gangs, criminal gangs. They were killing these young men, doing all sorts of bad things. So the biggest loser of police force. When I was a young man growing on, our police force was the most respected in the continent. They even used to do respected across Africa because they were very capable, they were very good people. If someone was a police officer and you go and fight with their children, you just need to be troubled because that police officer will come and see your parents and your parents will discipline you because police officers were respected. There were people who can I say, they had integrity. There's corruption, yes, but not like these days. These days, you just have people standing on the roads to collect money. I call them tax collectors, in the name of being traffic police, just collecting money. So I hope one day this will end. We'll just have mobile police, like it's called highway patrol in America. They're in cars, they're on motorcycle or bicycles, not standing somewhere just collect money, and they don't even check on accidents. Like this is the festive season. They just stand in somewhere, accidents go up. They don't even check vehicles. They just collect money to take them up there to their lords, their bosses. So another big loser was a police force. Another big loser in my view was the sports. Sports in Kenya, whether it's soccer, hockey, rugby, is collapsing because the corporates have run away because of corruption, lack of organization. You cannot start grassroots if you don't have even fields. And most of our fields have been grabbed, so people rely on primary school, it's called schools. It rely on school fields, which are in poor condition. So until we change and reform our sports in all federations and go back to the basics, we just keep on losing. Our talents are disappearing. Why should I be a soccer player and I cannot even be paid money, first of all, to survive? And second of all, my prospects of even going to play professional are not there. Our neighbors here, Tanzania, they have a good league, which, okay, it's not so big, but the players can survive. They can take something home to their families and children. So sports, soccer, especially in Tanzania, is prosper, while Kenya, Uganda, and other countries, it's collapsed. Soccer collapsed, even athletics is also collapsing because of these drug cheats and what have you. So another loser is sportsmen and women. Another loser is the education system in Kenya, more so universities. President Ruto came up with another crazy funding model that has totally destroyed the sector. How can you tell people that if they go to private school, they don't receive money, and yet they're Kenyans? So private universities like these ones which I'm sitting on are suffering. And if they don't really meet the situation, universities, whether public or private, are just going to collapse. People will just say, no, enough. Let me go and do other courses. They can do vocational training. They can do other skill-based courses, masonry, plumber, electrician, and earn big money. Not like this nonsense that we have now, where you have universities. Students cannot survive, cannot even have a meal, 3 meals per day, cannot have a good accommodation. When you go to university hostels, also public universities, they are so dirty. The sanitation is just out of this world. It's poor sanitation. I don't even need to mention. You just know poor sanitation, what it means. Dirty toilets and so on, even no water. So the biggest other losers are universities and our teachers also. They went on strike. They were added $10 each. So education system, universities, primary schools, high schools are the biggest losers. The biggest, another big loser is our politicians, most of the MPs. People have lost hope lost trust, hope, because they have just become jokers. During the Gen Z's riots, MPs were not even allowed to talk anywhere, whether it's in churches, you name it, you understand? So they were big losers. Another big losers is our churches, our congregation. Because they do not criticize the government during the Gen Z's riots, people have lost hope in them. People are just going to church for the sake of going so that they get blessings. And that's another failure. Another big loser, apart from the church, is the congregation. They go, they enrich the pastor, and yet themselves they are suffering. How do you enrich another man, and you yourself cannot even feed yourself? You give them all your money so that they become rich, drive big cars, live in big houses, fly along, and you have nothing. Instead of praying to God yourself so that you can use your talents and skills to move to the next level. So to the big winners, they have said the young Gen Zs, because of their routes forcing the government's hand. Another big winner is the social media, Twitter especially. Content creators are doing well. Like this Abel Mutua, he did a concert. He does YouTube, he's a YouTuber. He did a concert and 6,000 people attended, so he made over 15 million. Give or take, if they remove whatever he spent, the guy is laughing all the way to the bank with over 10 million in an account. If he does those ones for the next 6 years, this guy will be a dollar millionaire. You see, using of big thinking. Another big one in social media, Abel Mutua, number 3. Another big loser in social media was Andrew Kibe. He started off well the year, now he's around the country doing hotel reviews, and the people used to make fun of him, like Abel Mutua, Obina, TV was also another big winner, doing well. Big winners, social media, content creators, Eric Omondi, with his, is it social, what? With his social programs, community service, big community service, helping many people in problems. So, big winners, social media, content creators, Obina, salute. Abel Mutua, salute. Mkurugenzi, I'm one of them. And so many other content creators. Even I am Marwa in Argentina, your newborn child, wife, best wishes from me. So those are some of the big winners. Our media, I call it the media. This media in Kenya, is it the media also a big loser? People are not reading newspapers, magazines, they're closing. Everyone now has become a reporter, a media. So people are getting the information on Twitter. So the big loser is against this mainstream media. You know, all of them, all over the world, they are collapsing. Yes. So that is the Kenyan big winners and losers for 2024. This is the Professor Maima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me that you have a long life. Become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. Also praying for myself that my dreams become reality and also your dreams become reality. Those are my prayers, amen. Also pray for Kenya, for peace and prosperity for all Kenyans in the new year. Those are my prayers, amen. I want to, if you like our channel, you can send something on mobile and paste it down there. +254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.